Hey, coin collectors and enthusiasts! Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving deep into one of the most intriguing pennies in US history, the 1962 D. Lincoln cent. This penny, while often seen as just another coin in circulation, might hold a much bigger secret than you think. Could this seemingly ordinary penny actually be worth millions of dollars? Stick around to find out. Let's start with a quick history lesson. The 1962 D. Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, which is where the D mint mark comes from. The D signifies that it was produced in Denver, one of the main U.S. mint facilities. This penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, first introduced in 1959 to honor the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. In 1962, the U.S. government produced over 1 billion pennies, and the 1962 D was one of the many minted that year. Most of these coins were made with a copper alloy and weigh about 3.11 grams. They were widely circulated, and you could find them in just about every pocket, purse, or jar across America. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 1962 D. Lincoln penny so special? After all, it's a coin that many people just toss into their spare change jar without a second thought. But here's where it gets interesting. The 1962 D penny has become increasingly popular among collectors because, in some rare cases, it can be worth far more than its face value. While most 1962 D pennies are only worth their face value, 1 cent, some rare examples of this penny can be worth thousands, and yes, in certain conditions, even millions of dollars. So, how does this happen? Well, it all comes down to rarity, condition, and sometimes, unique errors that make these coins highly sought after by collectors. One of the main reasons a 1962 D penny could be worth so much is because of minting errors. The U.S. Mint sometimes makes mistakes during the production process, resulting in coins that are different from the norm. These errors can include double dies, off-center strikes, and other anomalies that make the coin stand out from the rest. For example, a double die error is where the design is struck more than once, causing a visible doubling effect in the letters or numbers. If you can find a 1962 D penny with a prominent double die or another rare error, you're looking at a coin that could fetch thousands, or even millions, at auction. So, what's the current market value of a 1962 D penny, and how much could it potentially be worth? Well, in general, most 1962 D pennies in average circulated condition are worth only a few cents. But if you happen to find one in uncirculated condition, it could be worth around $1 to $5. However, the real jackpot comes when we talk about mint errors or coins in pristine condition. If you manage to find a 1962 D penny with a rare error, such as a double die or a significant off-center strike, you could see the value soar into the thousands. Some rare versions of this penny have sold for over $10,000 at auction. Now, here's where things get truly exciting. If you have a 1962 D penny with a major error or it's graded at a perfect 70 on the scale of coin condition, it's possible for that coin to reach a value in the millions. In 2018, a rare 1962 D penny with a double die error sold for over $2 million, a price that most coin collectors can only dream of. This just goes to show how a seemingly ordinary penny can turn into an extraordinary treasure, especially when the right combination of rarity and condition is present. So, how can you tell if your 1962 D penny is valuable? Here are a few tips. Look for doubled lettering, especially around "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." Off-center strikes or any abnormalities in the design can make your coin worth a fortune. If your coin is in mint state with no visible wear, it could be worth more than face value, especially if it's graded highly. If you think your penny has a unique feature, consider getting it graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. The grade can significantly impact its market value. So, there you have it, the 1962 D Lincoln penny might just be sitting in your collection, waiting to be discovered. While most of these pennies are worth just a few cents, the rare errors and high-grade examples can command thousands, or even millions, in the right market. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the 1962 penny, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin content, and drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin of your own. Until next time, keep hunting, and who knows, you might just have $1 million penny on your hands. 1963 Lincoln Cent. If you're into coin collecting, this is a video you won't want to miss. We'll explore everything from its history and characteristics to its current market value, and just how much it could be worth, maybe even in the $1 million range. So grab your magnifying glass, and let's get started. Before we jump into the specifics of the 1963 Lincoln penny, let's take a moment to talk about the man himself, Abraham Lincoln. This penny, the longest-lasting coin design in U.S. history, has been gracing our pockets since 1909. Lincoln was chosen for his leadership and symbolizing the strength of the United States during its most difficult period, the Civil War. In 1963, the Lincoln penny was just another copper coin circulating in the U.S., but there's more to this little coin than meets the eye. The 1963 penny has a familiar design that hasn't changed much since it was first introduced. On the obverse, we have the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse side, there's the classic wheat stalks design, also by Brenner, which was used until 1958. After 1958, the wheat stalks were replaced with the Lincoln Memorial, but the 1963 penny still carried that vintage touch. So, while this coin may seem ordinary at first glance, especially with the absence of a mint mark, more on that in a bit, it's rich in history and a staple of U.S. coinage. Now, let's talk about the most important thing when it comes to collectible coins, the mint mark. The mint mark tells you where a coin was made. The Philadelphia Mint is where the 1963 pennies were produced, and here's the interesting part, many 1963 pennies were struck without a mint mark. This is because, in 1963, the Philadelphia Mint didn't use a mint mark for coins it produced. That's right, the 1963 penny doesn't have a mint mark, which might make it seem like any other standard penny in your change jar, but don't be fooled. This simple fact contributes to its uniqueness. What makes the 1963 Lincoln penny truly fascinating is its potential rarity and its historical context. Let's face it, millions of these pennies were minted, so finding one in average circulated condition won't make you a millionaire. However, it's the condition of the coin and specific varieties that can really drive its value up. If you happen to find a 1963 penny that is in mint state, unblemished, with sharp details and no signs of wear, it could fetch a much higher price than you might expect. For example, a 1963 penny in MS-65 condition, meaning it has been graded as mint state with almost no flaws, can be worth anywhere between $3 and $5 depending on the market. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Certain rare varieties of the 1963 penny could make you a lot of money. While most of the 1963 pennies were produced in high quantities and are readily available, there are some exceptional cases. For example, coins with unique error features, like a double die or off-center strikes, can command a premium price. Imagine this, a 1963 Lincoln penny with a double die, a minting error where the engraving was doubled. This rare find could easily be worth hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars depending on the severity of the error. Now, this is where collectors start to get really excited, as error coins are highly sought after and can skyrocket in value. Let's talk real money now. The market value of a 1963 penny can vary greatly depending on its grade and condition. In typical circulated condition, you're looking at a value of around 1 to 2 cents, which is basically what you'll find in your pocket change. But if you've got one in pristine condition, let's say an MS-65 or higher, expect to see prices between $3 to $5, with higher grades pushing it even more. And here's where the real jackpot could come into play, an error coin or an ultra-rare variety could easily reach the thousands. Some collectors have been known to pay up to $50,000 for particularly rare 1963 penny varieties. So, could a 1963 Lincoln penny be worth $1 million? It's unlikely. However, if you happen to discover a coin with a very rare variety, an uncirculated specimen in top-notch condition, or one with an extraordinary minting error, it could become a highly prized possession in the world of coin collecting. Keep your eyes peeled because, just like other famous coins in history, you never know what's out there waiting to be discovered. While the 1963 Lincoln penny isn't going to make you an instant millionaire, it's definitely a coin worth paying attention to. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who loves learning about rare coins, this penny is a great example of how even the most common coins can carry hidden value. So, what do you think? Do you have a 1963 penny in your collection that could be worth more than you thought? Let me know in the comments below if you've ever found a rare or valuable coin. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more amazing coin finds. Until next time, happy hunting and keep your change in check. 1975 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny. At first glance, it might seem like just another penny, but could this seemingly ordinary coin actually be worth thousands, or even millions of dollars? Let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln penny, or the 1-cent coin, has been a staple of American currency since 1909. Over the years, it has gone through various design changes, but one thing remains constant: Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the famous Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Now, the 1975 D penny was minted at the Denver Mint, which is where the D mint mark comes from. But unlike some other years that had significant design changes or errors that led to increased demand, the 1975 D doesn't initially stand out. The penny's composition in 1975 was 95% copper and 5% zinc, similar to most other pennies minted during that era, but here's where things get interesting. Although the 1975 D penny wasn't immediately famous for its design or rarity, one of the most significant reasons it's attracting the attention of coin collectors today is because of certain error coins that were minted. Now, what's an error coin? Well, error coins happen when something goes wrong during the minting process. It could be a die misalignment, double strikes, or even off-center prints. For the 1975 D penny, the most famous errors are double die and off-center varieties. These errors can make a coin extremely rare and valuable. A double die error happens when the die that strikes the coin was misaligned during the minting process, leaving an imprint that's doubled. This can lead to some very noticeable features on the coin, such as doubled letters or numbers on the obverse or reverse side. If you're lucky enough to have a 1975 D Lincoln penny with a double die error, you may be sitting on a goldmine. These coins have been known to sell for tens of thousands of dollars at auctions, especially those with clear, bold doubling of key features like the date or the word Liberty. The reason for this is simple: error coins are incredibly rare, and collectors are always on the lookout for them. As you can see here, the double die error creates a very distinct look. The Liberty and In God We Trust inscriptions may appear thicker or even duplicated. If your 1975 D penny has such a feature, you may want to take it to a professional appraiser or a coin dealer who specializes in rare coins. So, what's the current market value of the 1975 D Lincoln penny, especially one with an error? Well, that depends. A regular 1975 D penny, without any errors, is worth just 1 cent, its face value. But as we've seen with other rare error coins, the price can skyrocket based on rarity, condition, and demand. For example, a 1975 D penny with a noticeable double die error can fetch anywhere from a few hundred to several $1,000s, depending on its condition. However, coins with extremely clear doubling on the date and other inscriptions have been known to sell for even more, up to $10,000 or more, but let's go beyond that. Is there any chance that a 1975 D penny could be worth millions? While it's unlikely that a 1975 D Lincoln penny would hit the $1 million mark, there have been rare exceptions in the world of numismatics, where highly prized error coins or uniquely preserved specimens have fetched jaw-dropping amounts. However, we should be realistic. A typical 1975 D penny will not reach these astronomical numbers unless it's in near-perfect condition and has a rare, significant error. That said, if you happen to have a coin in your collection that fits the bill, you could still be looking at a sizable return on investment. The key is knowing how to identify these rare coins, having them appraised by professionals, and selling them at the right time and place. So how can you tell if your 1975 D penny is worth more than just a cent? Here's a quick checklist for identifying valuable error coins. Check the Liberty and In God We Trust inscriptions. If they appear doubled or have a blurry, shadowed effect, you might have a double die penny. The most common error is in the date, where the 1975 appears doubled or misaligned. Sometimes, the coin will have a portion of the design missing, as the die didn't strike the entire coin. This can also add value. Coins in mint state, no scratches, discoloration, or signs of wear, will fetch the highest prices. If you think you found a rare 1975 D penny with an error, you might be wondering where to sell it. Your best bet is to go to a reputable coin dealer, auction house, or even online platforms like eBay, where collectors and investors actively search for rare coins. Before you sell, make sure to have the coin graded by a professional grading service such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, to ensure you get the best value. So, while a regular 1975 D Lincoln penny may not make you a millionaire, its rarity in certain conditions, especially if you find an error coin, could definitely make you a nice profit. The key to maximizing your coin's value is knowledge, patience, and a little bit of luck. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1975 D penny, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and let us know in the comments if you've ever come across any rare coins yourself. Don't forget to subscribe for more coin tips, historical insights, and the latest in coin market trends. Hello, fellow coin collectors and enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the incredible world of rare and valuable coins. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating history and potential worth of the 1976 D Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that might surprise you with its value. So, let's take a closer look at this 1976 penny and find out why it could be worth more than you think. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since its introduction in 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, the design of the Lincoln cent has undergone various changes, but the most notable of these occurred in 1959 when the reverse design was altered to feature the Lincoln Memorial. This was the design that would be featured on the 1976 penny. Now, the 1976 D penny is part of the United States bicentennial celebrations, marking 200 years of American independence. This coin was minted at the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the D Mint mark. The 1976 bicentennial celebrations were a massive event in American history, and this penny was a small part of it. The 1976 D penny features the traditional Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, with Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse. The reverse side was designed by Frank Gasparo and features a depiction of the Lincoln Memorial, which was first introduced in 1959. On the obverse side, we see the famous image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The coin has a diameter of 19 mm and weighs 2.5 grams, the standard for U.S. pennies. But what makes the 1976 D penny interesting is not just its design, but its condition, rarity, and potential for value. Now, you might be thinking, a penny is just worth 1 cent, right? Well, in most cases, yes. The 1976 D Lincoln penny is typically worth just 1 cent if it's in circulated condition. However, some factors can significantly increase its value. First, let's talk about the condition of the coin. Coins that are in mint condition, or uncirculated condition, are always worth more than those that have been through the ringer. If you find a 1976 D penny that looks like it just came off the press, it could be worth between 25 cents to a few dollars depending on the grade. But, here's where it gets interesting. If you happen to have a 1976 D penny that was struck with a misprint, a double die error ***, or some sort of rare defect, its value could skyrocket. Coins with these errors are highly coveted by collectors. Let's talk about the potential for errors in the 1976 D penny. One of the most sought-after varieties for this year is the 1976 D double die obverse penny. This rare error occurs when the coin is struck more than once by the dies, resulting in doubling on the inscriptions, such as the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust." If you find one of these, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Even a 1976 D penny with a small error could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars if it has the right kind of mistake, especially in higher grades. Some collectors have paid as much as $20,000 for a rare 1976 D double die error penny. Another error to look out for is the off-center strike. These happen when the coin is not aligned properly during the minting process. Depending on how off-center the strike is, these coins can also be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars. But what makes the 1976 D penny so valuable to collectors? It's not just the rarity of errors, it's the historical significance. The 1976 year was a big deal for America, and collectors love anything that ties back to a landmark event like the bicentennial. Add in a rare minting error, and you've got a coin that could fetch an extraordinary price. The value of these coins depends on demand, condition, and the specifics of any error present. For example, a 1976 D double die penny could be worth anywhere from $100 to $20,000, depending on how severe the error is and the coin's overall quality. One thing is for sure, the 1976 D Lincoln penny has become more than just a simple 1-cent coin. It's a piece of history, and for the right collector, it could be worth a small fortune. So, how can you find a valuable 1976 D penny in your collection? Start by carefully inspecting your pennies. Look for signs of double die errors, off-center strikes, or other unusual marks that could indicate a rare mistake. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling, and always look for coins that have been well preserved. The better the condition, the higher the value. Additionally, make sure to check the coin's grading. Coins that are in higher grades, like MS 65 or higher, will be worth significantly more. Coins that are well centered, shiny, and without many scratches or wear marks are the ones to hold on to. To sum it all up, the 1976 D Lincoln penny is a coin that might not seem valuable at first glance, but with the right condition, rarity, and a potential error, it could easily be worth thousands, or even millions of dollars. So, next time you come across a 1976 penny in your change, be sure to give it a second look. It might just be worth more than you think. 1984 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, an often overlooked coin that might just be worth a lot more than you think. Stick around as we explore the history, the rarity, and the staggering market value of this extraordinary coin. You might just have a treasure sitting in your pocket right now. Let's start with the basics. The 1984 No Mint Mark penny is a piece of American history that comes with a fascinating backstory. Typically, pennies minted in the United States come with a mint mark indicating where they were produced, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or no mark at all for coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint. But here's the thing, while most 1984 pennies feature the D mint mark for Denver, there are some rare versions that lack this mark altogether, making them highly sought after by collectors. So, what makes this penny so special? Let's break it down. Now, you might be wondering, how did a penny with no mint mark make it into circulation in the first place? Well, the absence of the mint mark on the 1984 penny was a result of a mistake during the minting process at the Philadelphia Mint. Instead of the usual P mint mark, some pennies were struck without any mark at all, creating this rare error coin. These pennies slipped through the cracks and made their way into circulation, becoming extremely rare over time. The fact that they are so scarce and come from a year when mint marks were standard, makes them highly desirable among collectors. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these rare 1984 no mint mark pennies? Let's take a look at the key features. First, you want to look at the date and the absence of the mint mark. The date should be clearly visible as 1984, and there will be no mint mark beneath the date. It's that simple. Compare this with a normal 1984 penny, which will have the D mint mark just below the date. If you see no mint mark at all, congratulations, you might have a rare coin on your hands. Now, let's talk about the fun part, the value. As with any rare coin, the value of the 1984 no mint mark penny depends on its condition, rarity, and demand. The better the condition, the higher the value, and this coin is no exception. In mint condition, a 1984 no mint mark penny can fetch anywhere from $10 to $50, but in extremely high grades, let's say mint state or MS-65, it can sell for upwards of $100 or more. But here's where it gets even more interesting. If you've got a 1984 no mint mark penny in flawless condition, the price could skyrocket. Some coins have sold for as much as $500 or even more in the right market conditions. Yes, you heard that right, these pennies, which were once worth just 1 cent, are now fetching hundreds of dollars at auction. And that's not all. You might be wondering, can a 1984 no mint mark penny really be worth millions? Well, while it's rare for a coin like this to hit the $1 million mark, the truth is that error coins, especially ones as rare as this, can sometimes have that potential. Take for example other famous error coins in history, like the 1913 Liberty Head nickel or the 1943 copper penny, which sold for millions of dollars. So, while the 1984 no mint mark penny is not currently worth $1 million, its market value continues to grow, and who knows what the future holds. If the rarity and demand continue to increase, the price could eventually reach astronomical numbers. Now, if you're looking to find one of these rare coins or wondering how to sell one if you've got it, there are a few steps to take. First, check your change. With the 1984 no mint mark penny being so rare, the chances of finding one are slim, but it's always worth a look. Next, if you think you found one, get it appraised by a professional numismatist or take it to a reputable coin dealer. They'll be able to tell you if you've got a gem on your hands. And finally, when it comes time to sell, consider online auction platforms like eBay, or take it to an auction house. Some of these rare coins have been sold to collectors and investors for impressive amounts. So, there you have it, the 1984 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. It's a rare, valuable, and collectible piece of American history that could be worth hundreds of dollars in the right condition. As with all things in numismatics, rarity and condition are key, but who knows, maybe you'll be the next lucky person to discover one of these elusive coins and make a fortune. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare pennies, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another coin treasure hunt. 1985 D Lincoln penny with a mint mark that could be worth far more than you think. We're going to explore its market value, its history, and the big potential that it holds. So, let's get started. First, let's start with the basics. The 1985 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, and like many pennies, it features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. The reverse features the familiar design with the Lincoln Memorial. But what makes this penny unique and potentially valuable lies in the specific characteristics of the coin. On the back of the penny, you'll notice the D mint mark. This D stands for Denver, one of the U.S. mint facilities where these coins were produced. Now, at face value, this penny is worth just 1 cent, but in certain conditions, this coin has been known to fetch much higher prices. Before we talk about how much this coin can be worth, we need to understand coin grading. The grade of a coin is extremely important when it comes to determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin is. For example, if you have a 1985 D Lincoln penny in a high grade, like MS-65 or even MS-70, it could be worth a significant amount more than just 1 cent. Now, let's talk about the current market value. In general, the 1985 D Lincoln penny in a circulated condition is worth just its face value, 1 cent. However, coins that are in exceptional condition can be worth much more. For example, in lower grades, like good or fine, the coin is still fairly common and could be worth around 5 to 10 cents. In higher grades, such as MS-64 or MS-65, this penny could be worth anywhere from $2 to $1.10. But hold on, if you've got a truly exceptional 1985 D penny, one that's graded MS-67 or MS-68, it could be worth upwards of $50 to $100 or more. So while it's not a coin that's guaranteed to make you rich, it does have potential depending on its grade. Now, the million-dollar question: can the 1985 D Lincoln penny really be worth $1 million? The short answer: no, but hear me out. While the 1985 D Lincoln penny is valuable, it's not in the same league as ultra-rare pennies, like the 1943 copper penny or the 1909 SVDB Lincoln penny, which have sold for millions of dollars. However, what makes coins like the 1985 D valuable is rarity, and in the world of coin collecting, rarity is key. Let's talk about some potential factors that could drive a coin's price up. If, for example, an extremely rare era coin from the 1985 D series were discovered, such as a double die or off-center strike, then that could potentially boost its price. Errors in coins often drive prices into the thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, but for that to happen, you'd need a really rare error. So, how can you maximize the value of your 1985 D Lincoln penny? Here are some tips to keep in mind. Look for any signs of wear, damage, or errors that could affect its value. Check for things like doubling, minting flaws, or misstrikes. If your penny is in great condition, you might want to send it to a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Getting it professionally graded can really help boost its value in the market. Always handle your coin carefully. Use cotton gloves, store it in a protective holder, and keep it away from moisture or extreme temperatures. The better condition your coin is in, the higher the value it will command. Coin values fluctuate, so keep an eye on the market. Auctions, online sales, and coin shows are great places to gauge the current value of your coin. In conclusion, while the 1985 D Lincoln penny might not be your ticket to becoming a millionaire, it still holds potential for collectors. If you have one in great condition or with a rare minting error, you could turn a simple penny into something worth hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. But, as always, remember that rarity, condition, and market demand are key to a coin's value. So, do you have a 1985 D Lincoln penny in your collection? Or maybe you found one in your pocket change? Let me know in the comments below if you've ever stumbled upon any hidden treasures. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more amazing coin insights. 1989 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This small coin, seemingly just a part of your daily change, could hold untold value. Stick around to learn how this particular penny could be worth a lot more than its face value. You won't want to miss this. Welcome back to the channel, where we explore the incredible world of rare coins and collectibles. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Today, we're talking about a coin that many overlook, the 1989 Lincoln penny, specifically the one with no mint mark. Now, this might seem like just another regular penny from the late 80s, right? But if you've got one of these with a certain condition and characteristics, it could be worth far more than you think. To understand the value of this coin, we first need to know what makes it special. The United States Mint produces coins at multiple locations, with each one typically marked with a mint mark to indicate where it was struck. In the case of the 1989 Lincoln penny, the no mint mark variety means that it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not stamp a mint mark on pennies for several years during this period. For most years, you'll find mint marks on pennies. But in 1989, the Philadelphia Mint chose not to mark the coin. This lack of mint mark makes it stand out from other pennies of the same year, especially in certain conditions. So, you may be wondering, how much could a 1989 no mint mark penny actually be worth? Well, let's break it down. The value of this coin, like any collectible, is influenced by several factors: its rarity, condition, and the demand from collectors. A 1989 penny with no mint mark, in regular circulated condition, typically sells for around 1 to 2 cents, just a tiny premium over its face value. But, here's where it gets interesting. If your 1989 no mint mark penny is in mint condition, also known as MS, mint state, 67 or higher, its value skyrockets. A coin in this condition can command anywhere from $200 to $500, depending on the exact quality. And that's just for a common penny. Now, let's talk about the truly rare specimens. What if I told you that there's a possibility that a 1989 no mint mark penny could be worth over $1 million? It's not just a pipe dream. In fact, if you find a 1989 penny that has been struck on a different planchet, meaning it was made from a wrong type of metal, your coin could be incredibly valuable. Pennies have been known to occasionally be struck on copper nickel or even silver planchets, and when this happens, the coin can be worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions, of dollars. While this is extremely rare, there have been documented cases of coins like this selling for mind-boggling amounts. So, if you come across a 1989 penny that doesn't look like it should, check it carefully, it could be worth a fortune. Now, how do you determine if your 1989 no mint mark penny could be worth more than a few cents? The key is to assess its condition, or its grade. Coin grading is a standardized process that ranges from poor to perfect. Coins that are higher quality, with no visible wear, scratches, or discoloration, will fetch higher prices. The higher the grade, the more valuable your coin becomes. You can even send it to a professional grading service, like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, to get an official grade and estimate its value. Whether you're looking to sell or just curious about your 1989 penny's value, there's a booming market for rare coins. But selling a coin for $1 million? That's no easy task. You'll want to make sure your coin is in top condition and authenticated through the right channels. Even a penny like this one, if graded properly, can be a hot commodity at the right auction or dealer. It's all about finding the right buyer, and the right moment. So, while the 1989 no mint mark penny might just be a regular part of your loose change, there's potential for some serious money if you're lucky enough to have one in great condition or with an error. And who knows? It could just be the next $1 million coin. 1991 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This penny might just be the hidden gem you've been searching for. But how is it possible for a coin that's so common to be worth such an extraordinary amount of money? Stick around as we uncover its secrets and value. Before we jump into the value, let's first get a good look at this coin. The 1991 Lincoln penny, minted by the U.S. Mint, features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. The reverse of the coin displays the Union shield with E pluribus unum inscribed above. Standard for all pennies, right? But here's where the story gets interesting: this particular 1991 penny doesn't have a mint mark. Normally, a mint mark, like D for Denver or S for San Francisco, tells us where the coin was minted. However, this 1991 penny was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, where they didn't use a mint mark for certain years. While this is a standard production feature, it is precisely this lack of a mint mark that can set the coin apart, especially when it's in rare condition. You might be asking, but this penny is over 30 years old, how does it have such value? Well, the answer lies in a couple of key factors: rarity, condition, and the market's growing interest in error coins. The 1991 penny with no mint mark is not particularly rare in terms of circulation, after all, millions of them were produced. But it's the condition of the coin and its provenance that can push its value into the thousands or even millions. Asterisk, the 1991 penny was minted in enormous quantities. Over 6.6 billion coins were struck that year at the Philadelphia Mint. However, only a small percentage of them can be considered high-grade examples, and that's where the value lies. Asterisk, the real value of the 1991 no-mint mark penny lies in its grade. Coins that are in mint condition, meaning they have no wear, scratches, or imperfections, can fetch thousands of dollars. The higher the grade, the higher the value. A coin graded MS-67 or higher, mint state, can easily reach tens of thousands of dollars, but it doesn't stop there. A 1991 penny that is perfectly preserved and graded MS-69, or even MS-70, can command a serious premium on the market. In some extreme cases, a pristine coin could potentially be worth over $1 million. Asterisk, auction prices for these high-grade 1991 no-mint mark pennies have already been seen rising in recent years. A flawless MS-69 penny can sell for upwards of $50,000, and there have been instances where an MS-70 example has exceeded $100,000 or more. While there hasn't been a confirmed sale at $1 million yet, it's definitely within the realm of possibility as the market grows. Asterisk, so, how do you know if you have a 1991 penny that could be worth thousands or more? It starts with a careful inspection. Check the coin for any visible imperfections or signs of wear. The coin should have sharp details, clean surfaces, and little to no signs of aging. The best way to determine a penny's grade is by having it professionally graded by organizations like PCGS or NGC. Asterisk, grading a coin is a meticulous process, but it's crucial for determining its true value. Most collectors will send their coins to certified grading services where experts evaluate its quality based on a scale from MS-60 to MS-70. Asterisk, as the interest in rare and unique coins grows, we expect the value of the 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny to continue to rise. Error coins, misprints, and rare variants are becoming more popular among collectors, and coins from the 1990s are beginning to see increased demand. With its historical significance and potential rarity, the 1991 no-mint mark penny could very well become a significant part of the numismatic world. Asterisk, experts predict that over the next few decades, the value of well-preserved 1991 no-mint mark pennies could soar. This is especially true as the demand for rare coins outpaces supply, making it an exciting time for collectors to get involved. Asterisk, so, what's the bottom line? The 1991 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a hidden treasure that could be worth far more than its face value. With its potential to fetch thousands, or even millions, in the right condition, this penny might just be the key to a very lucrative coin collection. Be sure to check your change, inspect your coins, and consider getting them graded. Who knows? You might just have a small fortune sitting in your pocket. Asterisk. We're diving into one of the most exciting coins from the 1990s, the 1992 D. Lincoln penny. You may think it's just another penny, but what if I told you this coin could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars? Let's take a deep dive into why this small, seemingly ordinary penny holds such incredible value in today's market. Stay tuned, because this is a treasure hunt you won't want to miss. First things first, let's look at what makes the 1992 D penny so special. This coin is part of the long-running series honoring President Abraham Lincoln, but it was minted at a time when there were some interesting production issues. The 1992 D is a regular circulating penny, with its iconic obverse featuring a portrait of Lincoln by Victor David Brenner, and its reverse showing the famous Lincoln Memorial. But here's the twist, this coin, despite appearing to be just another penny, has one thing that makes it incredibly rare: it could be a part of a specific error series. Yes, error coins are often the key to unlocking a coin's hidden value, and in this case, a few 1992 D pennies were struck with a distinctly off-center die or were part of double die errors. One of the most significant things collectors are looking for in the 1992 D penny is the double die obverse error. This occurs when the die that strikes the coin doesn't align correctly during the minting process, causing multiple impressions of the design to appear on the coin. It's most noticeable in the date, the word Liberty, and the motto, "In God We Trust." If you find a 1992 D Lincoln penny with this kind of error, you've got yourself a gem. These double die obverse pennies are highly sought after by serious collectors and can fetch tens of thousands of dollars depending on the condition and visibility of the error. But here's the big question, are any of them worth $1 million? Let's find out. Now, you're probably wondering, how much is the 1992 D Lincoln penny worth right now? Well, that depends on the condition and whether it has any rare errors like the double die or off-center strikes. Let's start with the standard, error-free 1992 D penny. In good to fine condition, it's worth about 1 cent, because after all, it's still just a regular circulating penny. However, in mint state, MS, grades, like MS 65 or higher, especially when certified by grading services like NGC or PCGS, the value can soar into the tens to hundreds of dollars range. But here's where it gets really exciting. If your 1992 D penny has a notable double die obverse or another significant error, the price can jump dramatically. Some of these error pennies have been sold for anywhere between $5,000 to $20,000, depending on their condition and the prominence of the error. And in perfect condition, a 1992 D double die could fetch up to $40,000. Alright, the moment you've all been waiting for, the $1 million question. Can the 1992 D Lincoln penny be worth $1 million? Let me put it this way, while it's extremely rare, it's not impossible. The market for error coins is constantly changing, and some very rare varieties have gone on to set records. But, the $1 million mark for the 1992 D penny, while not yet reached, is still within the realm of possibility. Why? Well, the rarity of error coins like this comes down to the number of surviving pieces and how many people are actively looking for them. If a specific, high-grade 1992 D double die penny were to surface, one with a bold, double-struck error and in mint-perfect condition, it could potentially break the bank at an auction. We've seen other coins with far less striking errors sell for over $1 million, so there's always a chance that one of these will hit the jackpot. So, how can you tell if your 1992 D penny is worth thousands, or even millions? Here's a quick guide on how to spot the errors. First, check for the double die obverse, the most common error. Look closely at the date, the words Liberty, and In God We Trust for any signs of doubling. Next, inspect the condition of the coin. If it's well worn, it won't fetch top dollar, but a well-preserved, high-grade coin is definitely more valuable. Other ways to spot a rare penny include using a magnifier or a microscope, and lighting the coin at different angles to catch any subtleties in the design. And remember, asterisk certification is key star. Have your coin professionally graded if you suspect it's a rare error, as this can significantly increase its market value. So, there you have it. The 1992 D Lincoln penny might just be a small coin in your pocket, but if you're lucky enough to find one with a rare error, it could be worth far more than its face value. Whether it's worth tens of thousands or, in the future, $1 million, it all depends on the rarity and the condition of the coin. Keep your eyes peeled and your magnifying glass ready, you never know when you might uncover a hidden treasure. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated on all things coin collecting, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave a comment below with your thoughts or any questions you have. And if you found a 1992 D Lincoln penny with a rare error, we'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.